I had an excellent conversation today with AJ. We're really kind of thinking about what is it that we need to have in place, both in terms of assessments, our way to check for what our students can do in a formative way and a more summative way, particularly around what we expect for essential skills and where we're headed with Common Core. Our conversation really focused on what kinds of things can happen or do happen at the classroom level, what kinds of things happen or can happen at the school level, what kinds of things happen at the district level and can happen at the district level. From there, a lot of our conversation really focused on what teachers are doing in their classrooms and how they're getting information from their students in a formative way in order to kind of guide their instruction. And so we focused a little bit on this piece about skills assessment or content comprehension and how we can use the formats that are found in reading work samples or writing work samples, practice tasks, those kinds of things to help us get information about where our students are. So some of the information about the skills that are necessary for reading comes straight from the rubrics associated with the reading work samples, where students need to be able to demonstrate understanding, develop an interpretation, and analyze text. We're expecting then, as part of Common Core, that as students are able to use these skills and demonstrate this ability, that they're able to cite textual evidence, that teachers are writing text-based questions, high level, not just what did Johnny have for dinner, and that students are able to do research and really use as a part of their research the skills that we expect them to see in reading. To take this information and this ability that they pull from their reading and their research, then to be able to write and to be able to explain things, to be able to examine phenomena, to be able to provide an argument or an opinion. And then currently the judge this information with the 6 traits, or how do we organize, how do we develop ideas, sentence fluency, those kinds of things, but then to move towards the Common Core assessments and the Common Core rubrics that are coming up. Same thing can be said around math, really using rubrics, pulling the things out of this is where I need to ask Julie if the 5 ways in which we score, I couldn't remember. Really then focusing in on within math, how do we meet the standards and daily implement the mathematical practices in order for kids to be able to really demonstrate the things that we would see in the math rubrics and really continue to demonstrate content, knowledge, and skill by being able to apply that knowledge. Our conversation then continued with what might this mean on a school level, and how do we provide some common practice tasks for teachers to kind of think about in a formative way, not necessarily to give kids grades, and at a district level, what kinds of things do we create and give that can be aligned to grade level standards or to content courses. In terms of more summative, then, using the pieces that I've already described to be able to assess content knowledge or proficiency, but they may still be formatted like a work sample or a task. At the school level, work samples or performance tasks, and then eventually SBAC information. And then looking at the district level, common performance tasks across grade levels or contents. And that could also mean work samples or extended response questions, and then SBAC data. So it was really a pretty phenomenal conversation, and I'm hoping to capture most of that here.